This is Rummy's Corner.
This past Saturday, Daniel Dubois was scheduled to make the second defense of his IBF heavyweight title against Joseph Parker. For Parker, this would have been his first title shot since losing his WBO belt in a unification bout against Anthony Joshua nearly 7 years ago. But it didn't happen. Dubois pulled out at the last minute due to illness, and instead, Martin Bakole stepped up as a last-minute replacement. Bakole literally had to fly in at the last moment from Congo and missed the official weigh-in, where he reportedly weighed 310 pounds. Meanwhile, Parker came in at a career high of 267. Parker looked quick and sharp at the weight right out of the gate, as the two boxers began getting an early feel for each other. Bakole looked huge in there, and he was considerably heavier than we have seen him before. It was largely a battle of the jab going, where Parker's jab looked fast and accurate, and Bakole was reaching a bit with his, with designs of opening Parker up and luring him into more of a brawl. Bakole had more success doing this in round 2, where the two began trading explosively. Later in the round, Parker started landing some really sweet right hands, one of which drilled the mark. Bakole shook it off, and moments later, Parker landed another big right on the top of Bakole's head, which caused a delayed reaction that saw him lose his legs and collapse. To his credit, Bakole beat the count, but his corner stopped it. The fight was over. For Parker, that is now 6 victories in a row since he was knocked out by juggernaut Joe Joyce, including 3 big wins in a row. First, he won an impressive lopsided 12-round unanimous decision against former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. Then he won an impressive 12-round majority decision against Big Bang Jong, overcoming adversity in that one, rising from 2 knockdowns to outbox and out-hustle Jong to secure the win. And now here he had the impressive stoppage win against Bakole, who was largely viewed as a boogeyman in the heavyweight division. Parker's biggest critics will be quick to note that these wins might not be all that they seem. Wilder is widely viewed as a gun-shy fighter who no longer has the ability to pull the trigger. Jong, despite being a powerhouse, is an old heavyweight who has major stamina issues. And with Bakole, he was never all that proven to begin with, and the circumstances of him stepping in late with no real preparation certainly put an asterisk of sorts on the victory. All the same, Parker is on one of the very best winning streaks in heavyweight boxing, perhaps the best winning streak of any heavyweight besides the reigning heavyweight king, Alexander Usyk. Wilder and Jong were both widely regarded as top 5 heavyweights when Parker beat them, and Bakole was top 10 with a lot of momentum. In my opinion, Parker deserves a title shot. I think he is probably the single most deserving challenger for Usyk, and I'd otherwise still be very interested in seeing him face Dubois. That doesn't sound likely, however, with the new expectation being that Usyk and Dubois will likely have a rematch, one which should technically crown an undisputed champion. That means Parker might have to wait a bit longer for his turn, where even at the risk of derailing the opportunity, I believe his best course is to continue facing elite-level heavyweights. Perhaps someone like a Guy Cabiel might make a lot of sense right now, and I'll have more to say about him later this week. For Bakole, the loss was no doubt a setback, but I believe he can bounce back from it. Bakole still showed a lot of promise in his prior fight when he absolutely hammered Jared Anderson, and he clearly wasn't properly trained and prepared for someone like Parker on short notice. Had he had a proper training camp, perhaps he may have better absorbed the shot that dropped him. Maybe, maybe not. But I actually thought Bakole had the right idea in there, where he was trying to lure Parker into a fight, and he was trying to open up with some big uppercuts and other power shots. But Bakole simply got outgunned by Parker. I think a guy like Jarrell Miller, or perhaps even Andy Ruiz, Derek Chisora, or someone like Filip Hrgovic would make an interesting fight for Bakole. As a final thought, I think Parker looked fast and strong at the career high weight. And it would have been interesting to see how that played out over a longer stretch of rounds. Indeed, it would have been very interesting to see what would have happened if Parker was in there against Dubois instead of Bakole. And based on the brief glimpse we got of Parker, I think we could have been in for one hell of a fight. To repeat what I said earlier, I'd still be very interested in seeing a Dubois versus Parker showdown. Congratulations to Joseph Parker, and best of luck to both Bakole and Parker moving ahead. I for one am interested in seeing where they go from here. What do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy's Corner.